you doing? Welcome back. It's Captain Croll, and I'm going to be doing a review of one of my favorite movies of all time, The Dark Knight, 2008's Christopher Nolan's Batman sequel, and the second movie in the Dark Knight Trilogy. This movie was fantastic. I could speak about it for hours, but I'm going to get right down to it. So, Batman Begins, which premiered in 2005, was one of my favorite movies of all time, and it still is. That movie was an overnight success. It launched Batman back into the spotlight, became very popular again, made me go out and start collecting comics left, right, and center after being done with comics for so many years and basically getting a man down like this. So Dark Knight takes place in 2008, takes place shortly after the events of Batman Begins, and it introduces a very good villain. A villain that's well known in the Batman world, the Joker. None other than the Joker. Now, before filming started, they announced that Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker. And there was immediate backlash to that. Everyone thought, Heath Ledger? Why is he the Joker? Even I said that. I thought there's no way he's going to be the Joker. But then again, Christopher Nolan seems to know what he's doing when it comes to Batman. The movie comes out. Heath Ledger comes out as the Joker. Fantastic. To this day, I don't care what anyone says, he is the best Joker. I don't think anybody could beat him. People say Jack Nicholson. Yeah, fair enough. No, Heath Ledger, not Heath Joker, is truly the legendary Joker in this movie. He is the main villain in this movie, but his character develops. And the cool thing with the Joker in the comic series is there are so many different origin tales for the Joker. You just don't know which one it actually is. That's the cool mythos to the Joker, is which origin tale do we take? So it's kind of a throwback in this movie because in various parts of the movie, somebody will ask him, or he'll suggest, do you want to know how I got these scars on my face? And he'll give a different version each time, which is truly cool because that's a throwback to the comic books. Again, Christopher Nolan, David Goyer, they did their research on the Batman world. They know what they're talking about. This is also a very realistic Joker in this world. How do you bring somebody like the Joker, larger than life, into the real world scenario? And they pull it off magically here. Now, the character Rachel Dawes, for whatever reason, Maggie Gyllenhaal comes in. She's replaced Katie Holmes as the same character, Rachel Dawes, which is Bruce Wayne's childhood friend and also somebody that he's fallen in love with as well. We also get introduced to Harvey Dent / Two-Face, so he's got an interesting origin tale in this movie. The movie truly is epic. It involves various gangsters as villains. It also brings back Jonathan Crane as the Scarecrow in this movie. What I like about these Batman movies too is that I found in previous superhero movies they feel they have to kill the villain by the end of the movie. The nice thing in this movie, or I should say the Batman movies, is that's not necessarily the case. For example, Scarecrow at the end of Batman Begins, he wasn't killed, he was incarcerated. But he does make or he was wanted, I guess. But anyways, he does make a comeback in this movie as well. And that's what I like, it's original. You don't see what's coming next in this movie. A major character may die. You just don't know. It's an epic movie. It takes place, I think it was about 2.5 hours. But again, the pace is perfect. The score by Hans Zimmer's bang on. And the scenes, again, it takes place all over the world in some of the locales here. I really love this movie. There's a couple good showdowns between the Batman and the Joker. It's not just one big showdown, but a few. And it also introduces a darker version of the Batman. And that's why they call it the Dark Knight. And it gets into that. The returning cast is fantastic. Christian Bale knocks it out of the park again as Bruce Wayne, the Batman. Gary Oldman, of course, is being bumped up and eventually becomes Commissioner Jim Gordon. You see the origin tale for that. Alfred Pennyworth is fantastic again. He's got some good one-liners in there. And he's kind of the voice of reason with Bruce Wayne. During Bruce Wayne and Batman's escapades, he does say that, look, you are vulnerable type thing. And that makes sense in this movie. Again, the other characters, Heath Ledger as the Joker, fantastic. I mean, it made you cringe, like, watching him on the screen. He actually, shot a level of fear into me when I was watching The Dark Knight for the first time. So, oh my God, this guy's pretty scary. Very hardcore version of the Joker. I liked it. I thought it was great. And there's other actors, characters in the Dark Knight. Again, it doesn't do what other superhero movies have done by flooding the movie with too many villains. It doesn't do that. It limits that. I like that. You're able to really focus on that relationship between the Batman and the Joker. Um, and it's got a great climax. It's got a great ending to the finale, and it does set itself up for the third movie, which will be the finale in the Dark Knight trilogy, which is the Dark Knight Rises. It does kind of set up the setting for that. The Dark Knight, it just fantastic. It was also shot in IMAX. It was one of the first time I think a comic book movie was filmed in IMAX. It might be the very first comic book movie for all I know too, but it was filmed in IMAX. I saw it in the IMAX, and boy, did it make a difference. I remember, I think it was some movie before it came out. I can't remember which one, but they showed the first 20 minutes of the Dark Knight when you went to see a particular movie. I just can't remember which one it was. And I remember seeing the first 20 minutes and going, oh my God, I just wanted to continue. This movie is just, I can't say enough. If you've never seen The Dark Knight, I would suggest go see Batman Begins first. Do it right. Watch The Dark Knight trilogy. The Dark Knight will blow you away. It's so well done. It's a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. And it's being considered one of the best all-time comic book movies of all time. As a matter of fact, it's actually more popular than Batman Begins. Truthfully, I like Batman Begins out of all the Dark Knight movies in the Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight was obviously number 2, but it was very close. I just like the origin tale part, but I see that most people do enjoy the Dark Knight a lot more than they did Batman Begins. And I think a big reason is the budget was huge for this one, because of the success of Batman Begins and how well it did in the box office. So they were able to up the ante on this one, and they don't hold anything back. They put everything into this movie. Yeah, Aaron Eckhart plays Harvey Dent / Two-Face. He was okay. I mean, he was there more of a supporting role as a villain. There was a purpose of why he's in this movie, but it wasn't a Two-Face Harvey Dent Batman movie. It was definitely the Joker. Tragically, as we all know, Heath Ledger passed away after The Dark Knight was filmed. As a matter of fact, I think he passed away before it even premiered. And it was just tragic. He was a fantastic, legendary actor, and he really did The Dark Knight justice. As you can see, I've got a Hot Toys version of Heath Ledger's The Joker behind me, as well as some other characters from that trilogy. But to me, to this date, I can't see anybody topping the Joker. I think it would be a huge challenge, and I feel bad for Jared Leto, because he's a good actor too, and he became the Joker in the I would say the Snyderverse of the Batman series. And right away they were comparing him to Heath Ledger, and then of course Joaquin Phoenix did his own version of the Joker at a later time as well. But at the end of the day, it was a fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. Please take the time to see Batman Begins and then get into The Dark Knight. You won't be sorry. It's all because of the Dark Knight trilogy that you have this man den, that I have this man den here, and I still love reading Batman comics. I've got pretty much every graphic novel there is. Huge fan of Batman, and I think I always will be, even as a senior citizen. Anyways, thank you for listening to my review. Feel free to throw some comments in there, subscribe, like if you like, and talk to you later. See ya.